You walk up here and here you can see my Ferrari, my VW, the kind of blue one. Alright my friends, today is February 26, 2026. I released the Joex blade video from Messerfieber yesterday. I have a lot of views, over 300, over 3,500, 3,600 till now. Now it's the afternoon and yeah, I give you my 2 cents, what I think now. After I released the video, I read all the comments you commented and my final verdict. First of all, thanks again to Messerfieber, MICARTA and his team for doing this. They invested a lot of time and money to make this blade, so no hard feelings about nothing. Thank you very much. I hope you're gonna sell your blades. The first batch is 100 and I think he said that the next batch is 160 blades. I hope, my friend, you sell it. I hope it's not indestructible, but I really count on my fanboys and my subscribers that they maybe want to have a Joex blade, even if it's not indestructible, even if it's just a normal knife. If you still don't know, Messerfieber is a kind of a smaller knife making company from Nuremberg. I think they produce their blades in Turkey, but don't judge me on this. But they are stationed in Nuremberg, Germany, and a small team. I think it's maybe a family business or so they make a lot of cool blades. My favorite is the black Tufan. Even the handle scales, the T10 sucks, but the blade itself is awesome. Also the House 01 and of course the bushcraft dog. It's not a stabber, but it was indestructible, the N690 steel. Check my videos. So these blades are pretty cool. They should improve their handle scales, MICARTA on the Joex blade. Yeah, it looks good, it works, but in the end it shouldn't break this easy. I said to Ahmed that I want MICARTA scales because it's not as durable as G10, but for me the grip is more important than maybe on the more slippery G10 blades, G10 handles. So I was thinking MICARTA is the best way to go, and it looks like they are too stiff and they are too long for a kind of blade like this. I have a lot of comments there saying better is to use a material like it's on the Scramma, a plastic one, or make it softer than MICARTA. I don't know if it's possible. So the handle scales, they must be improved, but again the blade costs 170 euro. You can order it right now and I think it will be shipped end of March. You can pre-order it. Some comments are saying that this blade is a disgrace for my name, for the Joex name. They say yeah, for my destruction ability, what I do, the blade should be indestructible. Yeah, it's kind of true, but it's not a disgrace. It was just not the time for this blade, for the indestructibility. It would be cool if it would withstand all the pressure it could take, but it did not, and I accept that. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, but it is what it is. It's a normal blade. It's a stabber. You can work. The edge is awesome. You cannot destroy this edge. It's unbelievable how the damage this or the abuse this edge can take. The tip is a bummer that it breaks kind of easy, but the second tip break was heavy abuse. So under normal circumstances, it just breaks a little bit at the top. You can resharpen it, and then you can usually the other part of the tip will not break. But most of the comments are pretty positive. Some are saying that they're buying this blade. They also want to buy 2 blades. The Messerfieber is not shipping to the US. I'm sure they are not shipping to the US of A. Some guys wanted to buy it, but in the States it will be not available. Of course, a lot of haters or trolls are happy now that the blade sucked in my testing. But yeah, but it is what it is. You cannot, I don't want to do, I could fake this video. If I have 3 or 4 blades the same size or the same looks they have, if I have 4 blades, I can make a video like you will believe that it's indestructible. I have the ability to fake a test like this, to cut it right, to make all the best snaps of the video, and you will not notice it if I really want to make it. But I never fake the test, never ever. Also the Busa fanboys, say to me, I faked the Buse knife tests with hydrogen, that I freeze the blade, that it breaks, snaps like this. I never faked a test ever in my life, never. Also, some of you are saying that the Mora Pathfinder, it broke inside the blade. Some of you are saying I faked this stunt as well. I did not. It broke it the inside and it fell out like this. I never faked one video in my life, and I will never fake a video. Actually, I'm not doing it, and if you do it, you lose all your credibility if they catch you. So I will never fake a knife test. Never. Never. Some are saying that on the blade the geometry is wrong, that it's too thin, too long, but Messerfieber, these guys are very good knife makers. You can see that the other knives they make, so I think they know exactly what they are doing. Of course, in my opinion, I'm not a knife maker again. 61 HRC is too hard for a 1095 high carbon steel. When you see the top plate, they bend a lot, and they are like 55 to 58 Rockwell usually, so they're not breaking. But it's harder Rockwell, so the edge will hold longer, so the blade will stay longer sharp than it would be at a lower Rockwell. But of course, at the indestructible Joex blade, you need to have indestructibility more than cutability. So the indestructibility is more important than the cutability, if you know what I mean. And I agree totally, a handle like on the Scramma would be perfect for this blade, 100%. As far as I can remember, I suggested to Ahmed that they should make the same steel like on the black Tufan. It's 50 CRE4 carbon steel. The Tufan costs the same price, 169 euro on the website of Messerfieber. So the same price, the Joex blade is for a Tufan, and the Tufan was indestructible, the blade. Indestructible, just the handle scales, the T10 broke, but the blade itself were indestructible. So if you want a Messerfieber kind of a Joex blade, take the black Tufan. This one is awesome, but it's not a Joex blade. But this was I think this was my idea to make the same steel, but they decided to make 1095 high carbon steel. It's their money, it's their expenses, it's their workforce, so they call the shots in the end. And they did most of the job. They sent me some samples which how it should look like, and I told them this and this and this and this and this, and then they make the blades. So all the risks were on Messerfieber, not on me. So if nobody's buying this blade, they lose the money, not me. So they call the shots, of course. The man who has the money calls the shots. The guy with the money is the boss. It is like it is. And when you watch the prototype video, the two from the Messerfieber blade Joex 1 year ago, it was N690 steel and it broke the same way. So even 1095 and N690 had the same procedure, had the same breaking, nearly the same, everything same. N690, 1095. So maybe the other blade Messerfieber is making with the clip point will withstand the same or more pressure. Maybe I will test it later in a few weeks. Maybe, I'm not sure about that, because I want to keep one blade, because even it's not a Joex blade, I want to keep one because I want to keep one. I'm not destroying all the blades, not all the blades. And I said it also a lot, you just not need the perfect steel, you also need the perfect handle, the perfect handle material. And in my opinion, Worktough gear has the best handle materials. They use G10 mostly, or MICARTA sometimes, and these handle scales are the best in the business of the bigger companies. The smaller individual knife makers, of course, they like the Dolphin, the guy who sent me the Dolphin, they make also pretty good handles, but the mainstream people who selling a lot of blades in this business, the bigger, smaller companies, the best handles is the Worktough gears. I tested a lot of them and most of them were awesome. So you need the perfect handle to make the perfect indestructible blade. The negative on the Messerfieber company itself are the handles. They have to improve the handles. MICARTA T10 doesn't matter. They need to improve this. Then the blade better like 50% if the handles. Because when the handle break, the knife is usually useless when you don't have duct tape. And usually we don't use duct tape anymore. Not this time. Yeah, I forgot Buse again. The handle material from Buse were also perfect. On the Battle Mistress, even the blade broke. The handle material on the Buse blades are awesome. Like Buse, yeah, I forgot them. The minus for Buse is for European guys like me, they are so expensive to get shipped. If they would be cheaper and the customs were not sucked not so much as it is, a Buse blade would be also cool, of course. The AC blades, MICARTA and AC blades were also good, but not as good as on the worked gear blades. So I tested now so many blades, like 600 or so. Of course, the blade which is not breaking usually is not like a knife, it's not a cutter, it's just a destroyer. So it's not a knife, what a knife should do. But the Joex blade is like in between. It cuts good, but it breaks. And most of the blades break at the brick. Most of them. Some make it through the brick and break at the iron rod, but mostly the first few whacks from the spine at the brick and they will break. Yeah. This was a shock when I made this video. Like, I was in shock. I fell nearly in a coma. I know a lot of people are happy now. I mean, you can throw everything at me, it doesn't matter to me. But when I compare the Buse blades to my blade, the Buse was kind of better. The Buse blades are more indestructible than the Joex blade. But the edge retention on the Joex blade I think worked better than the Buse. But for a zombie apocalypse weapon I would choose a Buse or a SE Junglas 2 in front of my blade, of the Joex blade. Yeah. So after all the testing, yeah, it's hard to digest this stuff, really, it's very hard. I was thinking I get the, you know, Excalibur, but it's just not it. And there are so many good knife companies out there, everywhere, and it's hard to choose one if you just want to have one. Not in front of, before my blade. Sorry, my English sucks. I was ice swimming and my head it's still, I mean, usually my head it's still not okay, but you know, it's not okay. And I also give you now a final decision. This sticks, you can judge me on this, but I say now to you, I will not make another blade, or I will not cooperate with another company, another Joex blade. This Messerfieber blade will be the one and only. Maybe they want to use another steel, like 50 CRE carbon steel. If they make the same blade with the steel from the Black Tufan, I will test it again. I will say okay, but there will be no new design. I mean, I didn't design it anyway. There will be no design, no cooperation with another company, even not with worked gear. I think Grifflänge wanted to ask me something about this, but I'm not making a Joex blade again because there are so many good blades out there already. And how many different designs can you make? There are so many different designs already, and some companies, it's very hard to make a unique blade because all the shapes and forms are made already. And now a lot of people are saying that the Joex blade looks like the Scramma. It's actually not. I like the Scramma a lot, but it doesn't look like the Scramma. I will show you in a little bit. But I will not do any cooperation anymore. That's the only blade, Joex blade you can buy. It's the maybe it's you can put it in the vitrine or you can collect it. But this blade, how it looks like this, I will never make a new one. I test blades, I destroy blades, I talk crap about blades. I also talk crap about my blade now, but I will never use one. It's not my thing. I'm not a designer. I cannot do this. There are so many good designers out there, like Aurelia Borealis from Canada, or Grifflänge himself, or well-regulated Reese. These guys are designers, they know what they're doing. I have no idea how should I do this. And zombie apocalypse weapons blades, it's very hard to make a new design. And yes, this is Excalibur, and also you have to put the expenses, how much the blades cost to make this stuff. Everything is getting more expensive, and 170 euro for a blade like I have, I think it's a fair price. Of course 100 euro would be better, but you cannot make, you need to make profit these days, and I hope they're gonna sell all these blades and make some profit with it. And for me personally, 170 is not a big deal, but I know there are people out there with a low budget, and then I mean, buy a cheaper knife. I tested a lot of them. you don't have to buy this blade for this amount of money, but you support a smaller company, knife company, and there's a lot of competition in the knife world, and these guys have to compete with Cold Steel, you know, Busse, Esse, all these guys. So it's very hard for them to stay in the business, and maybe you can support them. And I get nothing from it. So all the blades will be sold only by Messerfieber. They make the profits because they had all the expenses. I was just the guy who destroyed it, nothing more. So everything will go to Messerfieber, and this is what we agreed on. So I don't want to make any money out of it. This is what I said from the beginning. So please, maybe you can support these guys. So the Joex name, my name Joex. The only blade which will have this Joex name will be the Messerfieber Terra Joex blade. Final decision. So only this blade is a Joex blade, even if it breaks or broke. And hopefully some of you guys are testing it, and I hope really that the DPK guys, Mickey and Martin, are testing this blade. They should test it fair, try to destroy it, and maybe you see some other flaws it has. I have here the other version from the Joex blade. It's not the Tanto, it's the clip point, as you can see, because the other blade is destroyed. This is how it looks like, and this is the Scramma. So the handle of the Scramma is nearly ident. Here you have a ring, and here you have an Allen wrench to Allen wrench something into something. The handle looks similar. The handle here is a little bit thicker than this one. This one is more heavy, a Joex blade. This one is more lightweight. So, do you think it looks similar? Yeah, maybe. The handle could be. Yep. But this one is thicker. MICARTA, this is polypropylene. This is just a chopper. And the Joex blade has a Tanto point, and you see, you cannot stab with the Scramma, but you can scab. You can scab. Choir boys outdoors, you can scab. Now you can stab with this tip, also with the Tanto point you can stab, but you cannot stab too good with the Scramma. So the blade looks different. The handle is similar, yes, but the blade itself, it's different. I mean, I like this. This is still my favorite chopper, the Scramma. It's around 70 euro back in the day. 70 euro, nice handle, awesome chopper. The Joex blade is more heavy. It's more heavy than the Scramma, but still a Scramma is a better chopper than this blade. Probably. Yeah, here are the differences. So it's not the Scramma. When you buy the Scramma, you just get a plastic. The Scramma, you get just this plastic here, and with the Joex blade you have a Kydex. Here I have the worked off gear mountain lion and K329er steel, and these handles are the best there is. These are the handles I mean. These are nearly indestructible G10 handles, but the G10 is more slippery. This on the mountain lion is more slippery than the MICARTA on the Joex blade. This is why I wanted MICARTA. It's still not super, it's still rounded, so it's also a little bit slippery. That's what she said, but not as much as on the worked off gear. But both are awesome surface materials, and these are the indestructible handles. You could see on the Carnivore. The Carnivore was nearly indestructible. I couldn't destroy it with a hatchet. So handles like this, like the worked off gear on a Joex blade, would be super awesome, but still is a okay material. It's still an okay material. It's very thick. It's a nice grip. You have grooves here where you can lay your hands down. Yeah. It's really a bummer that the handle material broke as fast. Maybe Messerfieber can make other handle scales. Maybe they can. Mountain lion is designed also from Alex from Aurora Borealis. Alex, here is his sign. He designed the mountain lion as well. And these guys are designers, you know. Guys like him, they design blades They know what they're doing. Mesafiba is also know what they're doing, but I'm not a designer, so this will be, I mean, this is the Messerfieber Joex version, but these blades are the only ones. There are no more. There is no more. There is no more! So buy the blade! No, do what you want. It will also look good in the vitrine. Joex blade Messerfieber version. This is the tough tree which I cut down with the Joex blade. It's a very tough material. It's not acacia, it's something else. It's a very, very juicy, very tough material. Yep. Okay, check it out.